the real question, X, are we going for wins at the bridge? That is the real question.
It's a toughie they got too, man.
I don't know. Here, did y'all happen to peep the highlights of the Villa's game today? They lost. They lost in the Conference League to Legia Warsaw.
What?
3-2 in Poland. They lost. It was
right for the picking for the Chelsea Lions.
So good thing that I didn't save my predictions in my Excel spreadsheet, because now I'm rethinking this one a little bit. Originally, I was like, Villa are about to wreck shop, but there might be a hangover because they had to travel all the way to Poland. They put in a shift and got beat.
Yeah, so and it's today. They played today.
They played today.
Yeah,
they're back either tonight or tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Yeah, man.
Wow. One practice and then a Sunday game.
I'm gonna put Chelsea at 2-0 here.
I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
I'm gonna go 2-0.
Ooh,
You're gonna go 2-0.
Really?
Don't leak. Go. Oh my god.
I think they win this one.
We don't leak.
I was going with a draw. Being honest, I was going 1-1 draw. That's what I had. But I think Chelsea can pull this one out.
And you said 2-0, X?
2-0. I think Sterling and Jackson get on their score sheet.
I don't know,
thing, man. It's not that we don't get chance. And here's the thing about, like, with both of your teams, like the way City's doing it, it's the old Diego Costa, Didier Drogba style. Like, just feed the beast. Just put it in, feed the beast. It doesn't matter if we missed 20, we made 3, we were going to win the game.
Right.
Arsenal have this clinicalness and this deadliness about them where they're going to go get a quality chance and convert it. They might have 11 shots, 7 on target, 2 goals. Like, there's a clinicalness about how you're scoring. We are getting chances, we just don't convert either way. Either Jackson's not clinical enough to do it by himself, or the ball in's not good enough to actually put it on frame to finish it, or, you know, God forbid it lands to Raheem Sterling and he whiffs twice before he hits the ball. It's not that we're not, and this is where the frustration with Pochettino really comes in. We're not bad. We're not playing bad. We have possession. We have the stats we need. We have the passes we need. It's finishing. And like I was saying last week or on Monday, that top 3 is the issue, and we didn't fix it. We bolster our midfield great. Midfield really wasn't our issue. I understand we had some people left. Defense wasn't really our issue before injuries. I get it. It's kind of an issue now, but the defenders who are stepping up, we're not getting blown out the water. We're not taking 2 goals. We're not taking 3 goals. We're losing 0-1. And that tells me it's a finishing issue. We should tie those. If we leak a goal, out of the 20 chances we took, we should, out of the 300, let me not over-exaggerate, out of the $200 million we have up top in Sterling, Jackson, and Mudryk, if he starts, we should be converting at least one of those chances. And Jackson's getting there. I think it's more of a finding your feet on English soil, you know, coming over from the Spanish league, a little unproven, but he has the hunger. And that's something we haven't seen in our 9, in our striker in a while, which is why I like giving him the chances and the nod for it. Like, man played half the game with the ribbed jersey. He goes into challenges. He doesn't mind getting knocked around. He puts his head down. He runs on goal. And with the Villa hangover, I think, and the Chelsea want to bounce back. You know, we just played at the Bridge, did not do the Bridge justice.
Well, I thought you were at Bournemouth last.
Oh, we were at Bournemouth. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We were at Bournemouth. Go to Bournemouth. Well, we didn't do the Bridge justice game before that because we tied 0-0. So, yeah.
No, the game before that was the loss to Forest, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the loss to Forest at
the Bridge.
At the
That's
Bridge.
the last time you've played at Stamford Bridge was a loss to Nottingham Forest.
Lost to Forest. Yeah, so we tied. That's right. We tied Bournemouth, lost to Forest at the Bridge.
This is an important game, man. This is a tough game.
I mean, we need points, and that's the thing. We've dropped points. We've already put ourselves in kind of a bad situation playing catch up. Don't need to be doing that this season, especially with the lineup we have coming. It just kind of sets the tone. We have to beat Villa. We have to beat Villa if we think we are to expect to do well against Brighton in the Cup. We need to do well against Brighton in the Cup. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Brighton in the Cup. That's not good. They got beat, too. They lost in Europa League as well.
It's just, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's chances for us to step up, but it's that are we cursed type feel? Because every time last season we had this chance where it was like, hey, we can actually finish top 7. We need to win this game, win the next 2. We're in a really good spot, and we just lost everything. And then it was okay. Hey, we had some teams lose. They're in a bad spot. We can take advantage of this situation, move into top 10, and we just lose. It's just this repetition. Like at some point, you want to say it's on the players, but these guys are so young. They don't have a mentality. They don't have that cutthroat winning championships, want to lift trophies mentality. And I get that because you have to look at when the Roman age came in and how long it took him to get Terry and Lampard winning trophies, how long it really took him to get these boys to gel together, to want to win together. That's the key. It's not, you can have a great team, you can field a great team, you can buy $100 million players all day long. Do they want to win together? Does it matter? Do they want to win for each other? And no one on this squad knows each other. And I think that at the crux is the biggest issue we have. Quality aside, like I can have my doubts against Raheem Sterling. I have my doubts for Enzo. I think Caicedo will be fine. He's a hustler. He likes to play physical.
Is he back? How long is that injury?
He's not back. We're getting everybody back late September, October, and then January.
Yeah.
Badiashile was supposed to come back. He just got re-injured.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But it's honestly, it's one of those things. Like it should be one of those blessings in disguise, right? Like you want this team to find form together. You need, like, the injury things it's really kind of killing us because you put James back on. Now everyone who got used to playing with Gusto for the last 3 weeks now has to then readjust to how James is going to play that position.
There's no consistency in the lineup.
Because as soon as there is, someone goes down and everyone has to play with someone different, and it's vastly different. Like, look at our left. Everyone wants to hate on our left right now. Mudryk plays a completely different game than anyone else who you're going to put in that role. Chile, if you want to let him roll up wide, Mudryk plays different. If you want to shift Sterling over and play in Cuckoo once he gets back, Sterling's going to play the left-hand side different. So the whole team's going to function different. I think it's that paired with we don't know how to win together. It's this, and that's why we needed a strong manager. And I really feel for Pochettino. Like, he has a name. I don't think he's bad at his job. I think he's good at developing players. But again, like, if you can't win with Mbappe, Neymar, Messi at PSG with some stout defenders who are some of the best in the world, and Marquinhos, who is one of the best goalies in the world, like, man, it's the choices that have been made to let us to this decision. Like, are we going to be a top 7 team? We need to win this game.
I think I'm looking at Villa's schedule, and I think this is another reason why when you brought up that they lost, Jake, because I wasn't aware that I think this benefits Chelsea because so Villa played today. They play on Sunday at 9 against Chelsea. Then they play on Wednesday in the Cup against Everton, and then they play Brighton. Like, they're like bang, 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 bang. And Chelsea's rested. And they're Chelsea's biggest issues that, everybody's in the medical room. But I think that the fact that they've had time and Pochettino, I think he's a good enough manager to see sort of the flaws that they exposed in this Conference League game that I think will be able to help them. I mean, you're at the bridge. I mean, if this is not a time for the Chelsea fans to really look, we got to get this one.
You got to get
if we're gonna get one, this is the one. They're literally the wounded bear. It's not even poking the bear. This one is wounded.
Yep.
So
we would have loved to have ended last season where Villa were. Like, we would have loved to have ended where Villa ended last season. Given the season we had, that sounds horrible, and it's disgraceful even coming from me. I hate saying it. It makes me want to burn everything. But we would have, in this situation, though, they're playing in Europe and we're not. We would have loved to have finished where Villa finished. So if that's the quality that we need to rise to, tying Bournemouth, really, that's where we're at. Losing to Forest at home, that's where you're going to put us. We need to beat these teams to show ourselves and show the fan base and have this, we're still Chelsea. We're a top 4 team. At some point, we have to start playing like it or have that mentality about it. You brought all these young guys in, you signed them these contracts, and oh yeah, we wanted to play for Chelsea. I get that. I would love to play for Chelsea, but if Enzo and Caicedo really came here to play for the club, why are you not embodying that winning and kill in dying mentality that it takes to be the champions that we've been for the last 15 years. Like,
And
They're young, man. They're young, and I don't.
but you give me Didier Drogba's number. You give me Frank Lampard's number. I will use Enzo for example. You give me the 8 at Chelsea. I know what that means. I will die for that 8 on that field. I will go into every tack. It does these.
I hear you, man. I hear you. That's like why we started the podcast. It's the whole for the badge thing. I understand it. But it might take time to instill that kind of stuff
Connor's the only one
into
who's
these
probably got
new
the armband.
players.
Connor's the only one that does it, right?
That one's still weird to me because they tried to get rid of him. And he still has love for the club. Which
Books,
is
right. Books.
that says a lot about him.
I think there was
seems a classy guy.
I think there was a behind the scenes count.
Mason Mount
and Connor Gallagher sat down with the club at the front office and they said, "We need $40 to $60 million to balance the books.
One of you, yeah, yeah.
Whoever gives us the money, one of you's gone. Like we only have room, and because they both have that Cinderella story. They were both on the Champions League winning squad. They both were Chelsea born and bred, been there since they were 6. Like Mount got the fame and Mount built the name, which is why he got the bigger paycheck. Or for the club, which is again, I think the whole reason why to sell him is the books were 100% the focal point in anything Todd Boehly wanted to do with his club because he knew he was going to come in and spend $300 million. He knows he already promised the bridge rebuild in the contract. So it's like I have to balance the books now because if I don't do it now, we won't be able to transfer anyone in the next 10 years because we have to either rebuild this or put on and add on all the renovations. It's $1 billion contract that's being added onto the bridge.
That's why everybody's on such long-term deals. So because now the focus will turn and switch to building of the stadium. But as far as the prediction goes,
I'll go 2-1. Honestly,
you go 2-1.
I'll go 2-1 because Villa does have a nasty counterattack.
Yeah,
we are horrible at defending a counterattack.
I'm going in the other way. I think that the fact that they've lost in Poland is going to have a kind of a chip on their shoulder kind of effect. They're going to be like, they're going to come back with a vengeance. And, the same, whoever's playing Brighton, I think it's Bournemouth. Look out. I think that Emery's going to have them up for this one and be like, look, we need to pull this back. We need to get back on track. This guy Duran, who's started the last 2 games up top for Villa, looks mean. And the way that they get down the wings is going to be a problem. Especially if Gusto keeps finding himself real high, and who's on the other side? Who'll be on the other side? If they keep finding themselves real high up the pitch,
Chile. It depends on if we want to play this.
Yeah, it just depends on what he tries to do. So if they're leaving those spaces in behind, Moussa Diaby and Ollie Watkins are gonna. I've gone 2-1 Villa.
It's
like
interesting because Chelsea plays Villa and in Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long day.
The one they can get.
I think it'll depend on who Brighton plays in the cup, the team that they play in the cup. But I think, I've said Villa 2-1.
Brighton, they play Chelsea.
Play us.
I meant their team. I meant the players, the lineup.
Right.
But as far as the Villa game goes, I think they got one for you. 2-1 Villa.
At the bridge, man. I hope not. I'll turn off the rest of the season. I'll be done.
Look, you lost to Forest at home, and Villa are twice the team Forest are.
Yeah, there's no shame in that one.
Forest had 3 shots that whole game. Like I get it.
They still beat you.
I know. Convert your chances.
And they still beat you. Yeah, it's
rough.
rough.
3 shots that whole game, man.
Yeah. Well, definitely a must-win for Pochettino and the boys. That one's on Sunday, and should be a good one.